I'm trying my best not to crack a good news, bad news joke here because you're talking about a film called Bad News, right? The good news is, there you go. The good news is the trailer of the film. When I first watched it, I was like, wait, wait, wait. Is it a Hindi film that's talking about a leading lady having a one night stand with two different men? And the men are not judging her. She gets pregnant, and yet they want her. They don't abandon her. They love her. They support her. I was like, okay, this seems like an interesting progressive film that I would love to watch. So I went with this expectation to go and watch the film. 30 minutes, 40 minutes into the film, I was like, now they're going to come to the point. Now they're going to come to the point. They take an eternity and a half to talk about it. Literally, the point of the film is established only in the middle of the film. The first half of the film is nothing but a bunch of gags, one after the other, some of them landing and some of them are just cringe, man. And what is this Bollywood obsession with the sound effects? There's like a background score for everything. There's a sound effect for everything. हीरो की एंट्री होती है, अखिल चड्डा सब तो वड्डा. Somebody says I love chicken, कुकड़ू. Somebody says गरबा. Background में चल रहा है, हालो रे हालो. It's like, hey, listen, we cracked a joke. You didn't understand. We'll put a sound effect. Please laugh. Okay, laugh. But I have to say, some of the jokes were like really, really meta. They were so self aware. They're really funny, man. There are lots of references of old Hindi films and stuff. There's a Hum Aapke Hai Kaun moment. There are references of DDLJ as well. My favorite is like there's a tense, intense, emotional moment in the film where Tripti Dimri is coming back to her parents and all that. And background में गाना चल रहा है साजन जी घर आए Dulan Ke Sharbai. I thought that was clever. Also, Vicky Kaushal defending the poster of Katrina Kaif is like laugh out loud funny. But then I don't really understand a few things. The leading lady is gaslit, treated really badly for almost like 6 months, and then finally, when she opens her mouth, she stands up for herself. She's the one who is presented as a problematic character. And when will Bollywood stop presenting their hero as a man child tied to their mama ka pallu? No, he's sexist, he's objectionable, he's loud, he's obnoxious, he's saying all kinds of wrong things, and yet he's cute, yaar. He's adorable, yaar. He loves his mother, yaar. See, he's taking his mom's calls, yaar. He even says dialogues like, मैं अपनी माँ की आंखों में आंसू. I was like, okay, stop, somebody, please, really. However, the balancing act is with the character of the other hero, which is played by Amy Virk. In fact, he says something really interesting. He says, असली मर्द वो होता है जो कि औरत को सुनता भी है और समझता भी है. Thank you. Thank you for saying that. Hello, positive masculinity. Where have you been? We haven't really seen you in a Hindi film in a long, long time. See, that's the thing about bad news. There's a lot of hamming. There are a lot of these silly jokes that are happening. But then there are these some really amazing things that are happening in the film. So some of the dialogues don't help. Like they're trying to be clever. It's an interesting word play which is supposed to be flirtatious, but it seems like really forced. I'll give you an example. So the hero says, मैं चांस नहीं लेना चाहता था. Heroine says, चांस लेना नहीं चाहते थे या चांस मार रहे हो? The heroine says, मैं तुम्हारी चाप नहीं खाऊंगी, इससे मेरा पेट खराब हो जाएगा. And the hero says, मैं तुम्हारा पेट नहीं, मैं तुम्हारी नीयत खराब करना चाहता हूँ. I'm like, ये क्या dialogues है? Having said that, there is a very interesting moment in the film. Now, all these years, we have objectified our women. We have called them makhan malai, tu sharab ki bottle hai, tujhe pee jaunga. We have always objectified women. We have compared them with food items and all that, right? Here, Tripti Dimrika character is sleeping with both Vicky Kaushal and Amy Virk ka character, right? And Vicky Kaushal, as you see in the trailer as well, says, "Acha, so wo starter tha aur main main course." And I was like, wait, 1 second, have we reversed the roles? I mean, are we comparing men with food? Are we objectifying men in a Hindi film? I thought that was very, very clever and very well done. There are lots of other films that I absolutely loved in this film. For example, the woman has the agency. The leading lady of the film has a choice whether she wants to be in a marriage or not. She takes that call, right? Which I thought was very, very progressive. Also, I would love to put all my money and might behind a film that presents sexually confident female characters who have high libido. They are unapologetic that they want to have like a good time. They want to have physical intimacy. In fact, the character of Tripti Dimri in the film is pretty much like that. She's unapologetic about her needs and desires, and she very well communicates them to the men in her life. Except the world is just talking about consent. It's just a few years that we've just started these conversations around consent. And whether it is the consent of a man or a woman, they both are equally important, yeah. The writers are aware of that. And that's the reason they add a very lazy consent kind of a scene. But what happens after that scene is nothing close to consent. And just because it is happening to a man, we should laugh about it. I don't know. Am I intellectualizing it? Maybe I should intellectualize it because it's a very, very important, serious matter, right? See, I understand my sensibilities are very, very different. My sensibilities are very different from the sensibilities of these kind of films. So I shouldn't really judge these light-hearted films from a very serious mindset. I understand that. I'm aware of that. But at the same time, I feel within that space of light-hearted slapstick comedy, we can do better. We can be more clever. We can be more intelligent, we can be more woke. I really like the performances of the film, by the way. Amy Virk has this sweetness, as a person, and that kind of shows and works for his character. Tripti Dimri shows that despite having done films like Kala and Bulbul, she can be a very, very confident commercial actress. I loved her. She owned her lines and she does a fab job, especially in the emotional scenes. Vicky Kaushal, oh my god, he's so effortless and so flawless as a West Delhi boy. I think he did a far better job than Ranveer Singh in Rocky or Rani Ki Prem Kahani. I know all the Ranveer Singh fans are going to come at me, but I think he really owned the character of Akhil Chadda Sapto Vadda. I don't know, yeah, there was so much going on for this particular film. I love the plot and the premise that a woman can sleep with two different men and not being judged by them. But I just feel that the film deserved better storytelling. Have you watched it? What are your thoughts? Let me know in the comments below and please subscribe to my channel.